How's it going, everyone? This is Shadow Trainer 1030, and today I thought I would do something special, and that is me react to my very first EX raid video. The purpose of this video is, by the time I record this video, it is now 9 a.m. Eastern Time, and a couple of hours left until Mewtwo gets available in normal raids, and of course, introduction to Deoxys and EX raids. Now, while I'm reacting to this video, I'm going to pause at certain moments here, so that way I can give you guys in-depth of what's going on around me. So, a lot of things to go over in today's video. Before I get into it, I do want to quickly mention a couple of things. Now, for starters, like I said earlier, but by the time I'm recording this video, the legendary birds and Regirock are going to be going away in a couple of hours, and then Mewtwo is going to step in at their place as normal raid boss. Deoxys is possibly going to be available at EX raids. Hopefully that'll be the case. And secondly, tomorrow, 5 minutes before 11 p.m. Eastern Time, be sure to mark your calendar because that is when I'm going to be live streaming for a Community Day event that's going to take place at Japan and Korea. And so hopefully that I'll be able to see you guys there, and also possibly I get more than just one shiny Chikorita. So I'm looking forward to it, guys. So like I said, be sure to stay tuned for tomorrow's live stream, because whenever I live stream, I'm going to live stream. Alright. So now to get back to the topic of today's video. Now, I'm going to start the reaction starting in 3, 2, 1. It's funny looking back at this a year ago.
To play this without using the hack version. Challenge accepted. Let's go.
Alright, pause here. Now, this was a time when I was uploading videos on my friend's account, which I'll have in the description below for you to check it out. So, like I said, that was when I was uploading videos on his channel, and while I was uploading videos over time, a lot of people have been complaining a lot. People like, "Oh, you're a spoofer. You need to actually play legit for once. You need to get out there with use your legs." So I decided, like, you know something? I'm gonna make this as I'm going to play legit and show that I'm able to walk, I'm able to play legit and spoof at the same time. So that was basically wanted to prove right there. Now, this was recorded in my father's office, and I did that just, I don't know, I just thought it would be a nice background like thing for the start introduction to the video. And of course, I had to put my hand on the camera there just to get to, like, from that scene, then get to the next scene, which you're about to see in a second.
Alright, guys, so today is going to be very
funny
special.
Her looking back at this at now.
I'm going to be participating in an EX raid battle. If you don't believe me, I have an EX raid pass. Let me go on my account right here now and show you all my EX raid pass.
Alright, pause here. What was going on here is that that was a time when I told a couple people, like, saying, "Hey, did you know I got an EX raid pass?" And a lot of people, and then a couple of people are like, "I don't believe you got an EX raid pass." So that was when I decided, you want something? I'm going to show a recording of that, and show and prove that I have an EX raid pass. Now, of course, it was a time that I did not know that you could screen record from the phone. That was when I was relying mostly on my iPad that was the time when it was available for having Pokemon Go, but fortunately, that's not the case, though. So, like I said, that was when I was relying mostly on my iPad, so I could be able to record certain stuff and put it onto this computer. It was basically a lot of work, but I feel like as of now, it's much easier now with me knowing how to screen record and do a lot better stuff. Alright, let's continue.
Alright, so if you take a look at the screen next to me, my account right here.
Of course, I had to cover up my username.
All the way down, and here it is. EX
There's the EX raid pass. My very first one.
It tells me of when it's going to be, which is today.
Pause. Okay, so this part right here, now I'm going to tell you guys the backstory behind how I got this EX raid pass. Now, this was, I think I got this from when I did the sponsored gym raid back in near the end of November 2017, because that was when I was at the airport, and me and my family were waiting for us to get called, so that way we can be able to go through security and all that kind of stuff. Now, that was when I decided to use my account and have my avatar character teleport to my local mall, so that way I can be able to do just check whatever raids are there. And there was actually a crocodile raid that was going on that time. And so yeah, I did that raid, and I actually beaten it. And my younger brother did the Moltres raid that was like next to it. That was not sponsored him. So like I said, I just had to complete that one, and I was looking at it back as of now, and it's like it must have been the crocodile raid at that time. So then, like Monday, like really early in the morning, it was like 6 a.m. And I remembered I just woke up. I was not awake that time. Guys, you know how it is that usually you like to go on your phone and you would like look at Pokemon Go and you're just like, okay, I want to see what I collected, so forth like that. Because you know what? I think that's what most Pokemon Go players like to do. They like to see of what they've collected so far, and I just this is a nice way for it that I do sometimes. Now at that time when I scrolled down the items and I saw the black and white one, I was like, "Wait, what is this?" And I opened it up. I was like, "Wait, I got an EX raid!" I got so excited about it. At first, I thought this was at the airport where I left at that time, but I looked at it. But then I did a bit of research on where it actually is, and I was like, "Okay, it's in the local mall." And I was thinking like, "Wait, how did I get this?" And then I had to trace back my steps how I got it. I was like, "Oh, I must have gotten it from that crocodile raid." That was like funny. It was like 2 or 3 weeks ago from before I got my EX raid, and it was a week when I had to do my EX raid here. I had to tell my friends about it, and of course, most of my friends were jealous about it. They're like, "How did you get an EX raid pass? It's no fair. You're gonna be able to get a Mewtwo." And I was like, I just got this from luck, and it's because they're testing the EX rates, and eventually it's gonna be available to everybody else." They're like, "Oh, okay." And they were trying to get EX raid passes, and they had no luck with it though. But now now most of my friends have one now.
So I decided I wanted to record this.
That was like an hour or two before my EX raid.
Let's go ahead and battle.
Pause. Right after that, and I decided to wait until it's close to my EX raid. So I went to this restaurant. I remember I was having dinner that time, and it was really close to getting to my EX raid. And of course, my parents know that I spoof, that they don't even care. And I told them that if it's possible for me to go to my local mall for doing my EX raid, and they're like, "Oh, why can't you just teleport over there?" I was like, well, I could have just told them that I could have done it right away, but I told them that I have a feeling that everyone's going to start getting to the private group, and I told them about that, and they're like, "Oh, okay." So and of course, they knew that time when my younger brother didn't have an actual EX raid in his account, so he had to use my friend's account to be able to do this EX raid with me. So it was like 5 minutes before the EX raid started. So when we got there, and as you see the recording of here, that was like a minute or two before the EX raid started. So I had to record this so that way you guys can see all around, see how many players were there. It was pretty much like it says here, 50 players, which was pretty a lot. And it was, I remembered it was a Valor gym that time, and I was trying to take it down so I can get I was trying to get the Mystic gym here, so that way I could be able to get a chance to get more Premier balls. Because I was worried about how hard Mewtwo was going to be at that time.
Alright, guys.
Yeah, it's my younger brother, all excited and stuff of that. And like it says here, that was when I did not know how to screen record at that time.
Here he comes.
Yeah, he was shouting pretty loud. I didn't shout at him.
So we each have a private group. So whoever the leader is of the
Okay, stop it here. Okay, so there was this girl who's like almost 30 years old, and she was like pretty close to me that time. She would be like right here. So imagine, so think of that guy. Keep that just vision that way of this mall here. So when my brother, my younger brother, should say, was all shouting, "Hey, everybody, joining in!" like he said, and that's when the girl said, you gotta organize it first." So she acted like she's the leader in charge of Pokemon Go, but really, honestly, not. She just basically in charge of the community group one, which I used to follow until things didn't go as well because for private reasons. Now, the reason why she wanted to organize it a way, so that way, just to, well, two reasons. For starters, is to prevent spoofers, and secondly, they wanted to be able to make it like a fun, entertaining thing where each of the teams get their own raids. So that way, we don't cluster in. So that way, everybody gets a chance to be able to get more premier balls and stuff like that. Which I thought that was a nice idea, though. But again, I just don't like having the private groups like thing. But it is what it is, either way. Now, when she told everybody where we're like one big section, she's like, okay, those who were in Mystic go on this side, Valor go on this side, and Instinct go on the other side here, the very far corner. So that was when she asked someone in the group to make a private group and tell everybody the code so that way they can get in there.
So, are we joining in right now?
Well, we're going to get a private code.
Yeah, that was when I thought we were joining right now, and then she's like, no, we're getting a private code. And of course, I had to screen record this. That was like way after the EX raid. I had to go into my friend's account to do that. That was when he couldn't do the EX raid.
Hopefully I can catch it.
Now,
I'm nervous about it.
At this part here, this is actually very true. I started out with the Gyarados, had like a all lineup of Gyaradoses, had a Snorlax there, and then Blessey. Now, I wish I had a screen record at that time, but I was trying to get that out before the EX raid, but I couldn't do it because it was not working very well. So the only option I have is just to show my reaction of battling and stuff. Of course, I've been tapping a lot and dodging a lot because I've been trying to take down this Mewtwo. And at the time, I was worried I was not going to beat it, though, because how strong Mewtwo was at that time. So Mewtwo pretty much, I had some pretty strong Gyaradoses that time. It took out all of my Gyaradoses, and I was down to Snorlax, and that was all that's left.
Down so well.
Yeah, I agree, but like I said, I was surprised how fast we were taking it down. But like I said, it was killing my team very, very well. It didn't have good moveset at that time when I was battling it. And of course, you see a couple people there standing like because they were doing their EX raid from there.
Wow, it is really doing a lot of damage. All right, we almost got this. It's almost down.
Yeah, I was pretty excited from there.
And there we go. We got it. Mewtwo down.
Yep.
Alright.
Alright, pause. What happened from there is, as soon as I beat it, and I was like, okay, I gotta get to a control area so that way I can control my surroundings and have the camera, like, well, mainly the iPad, be in front of me so that way it can record in front of me right here and show my reaction. Like I said, I wish I had knew how to screen record at that time, but unfortunately it was not going as well. I used a special program at that time for doing screen recordings, but it doesn't work anymore, and I felt it's now better now for me screen recording from my phone now. It's because of the feature that I did not know it had before. Now, at this moment, I was really nervous about it. I was honestly really worried that it was going to run because of that one video I saw from Japan when they got their first EX raid. That there was this one guy that he was trying his best to catch it, but it was not staying the ball. He just ran away from him. I feel really bad about it, and I was just like, oh, I'm worried it's going to actually happen to me because how hard this thing is going to be catching. So I learned myself from there that I had to use Golden Raspberry and try aim my best to go for excellence, so that I can increase my chances of catching it.
10. Okay, hopefully this will work. Alright, here
Yeah,
we
I
go.
had 10 Premier Balls that time. I was pretty impressed how much number I got.
Golden Raspberry.
Yeah, I was pretty much waiting for it to attack so I could throw the Premier Ball at that time. Of course, I was having the circle try to get it to the perfect for me to aim for the excellent. It was not a good IV that time. I was like, yeah, it's okay. I just cared about getting Mewtwo. Of course, that was when it attacked, threw it. That was when I got the great throw, and I was worried that I was gonna miss. But that was surprising right there that I caught it on the first throw. I did not really expect that. That was Valor right there, the person who right there. So, of course, that was when they completed their EX raid. I decided to record it right there because I thought it'd be interesting for the audience to be able, the fans to say, to be able to know what it's like and see the reaction with me battling, catching it, all that kind of stuff.
Did you really? Yeah, I caught first throw.
Yeah, that's when I told other people I caught it in the first throw, and they were like, "Are you serious?" I was pretty much the only person right there who caught it on the first throw. Other people, it took them like 3 or 4 to get it.
Better than nothing.
There was like, oh, I pause there. There was like only 2 players who could not get the Mewtwo because they were trying so hard to get one, but they could not get one at all. And it was like, and everybody else got their Mewtwo, but 2 people, like I said, did not get the Mewtwo because it just ran away from them, and I feel bad for them. I told them that maybe next time you get it. And like, oh yeah, that's true. And my younger brother was using the instant one, and I remembered there was only 4 people there. 4 players, to be precise, were instant, including himself. So it wasn't enough players to take down the Mewtwo, and at that time we only had like 17 Mystic players during a private group, and I was wondering, it's like, should I tell my younger brother to get in the to get in the raid? But I thought I tried asking him, but it was like, no, it's only for instant. Those people can do it themselves. Yeah, I feel really bad for it though, guys. That was when my younger brother was really upset about it, really jealous about it, because he wanted himself. He was a big fan of Mewtwo. He was so upset, like I said, of not getting the Mewtwo, and I told him that you'll eventually get one.
I am back from my EX raid battle. So to begin, I want to apologize for not showing the screen recording.
Yeah, that's when I had to explain it right there about why you haven't seen any screen recordings. Only that one time only.
I just hit record the program I was using on my phone here, and it only got like a second, and that was it.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of the program. It was not a good one though. I tried it like right afterwards, but it's just not working. I decided to just remove it and decided to rely on, like I said, my laptop with this.
If you look through the screen right here, so as you can see, I actually did get Mewtwo, and it was really weak.
Yeah, that was the IV. That's the CP that I got for Mewtwo, and that was the moveset I got.
So the moveset, you got Confusion and Hyper Beam, and I had a lot of Starduses, and I had to use them all up on my Gyarados, so that way...
Yeah, I had to do that. I had like so many Stardust, and I had to use them up on my Gyarados so that way I could be prepped for Mewtwo here.
3 Gyarados knocked down. I was down to 1 Gyarados left, and I was able to beat it. It was pretty close.
Okay, I did not know. I thought I took down all of my Gyarados. Okay, it was just one. Only one left. Okay.
I got like a couple of...
You see what happens when you look back at this. It's like, oh yeah, I remember it. It took out almost all my Gyarados.
Golden Raspberry, and so forth. It wasn't very exciting and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was sharing my experience at that time. And like right after I did this one, I decided to change the moveset and get Shadow Ball for the best moveset for it.
I was trying to be really confident, like knowing what I was doing.
Yeah, I pretty much was.
I used the Golden Raspberry and just went to try to aim for excellent, but ended up getting a great. And I was thinking it was just going to jump out, but
yeah, I was worried right there
on the first throw, so I thought it was really nice. And yeah, so to begin with my thoughts on the EX raid battle, since this is just a test.
Yeah, I want to get my thoughts on it at that time.
Just
so people can hear my thoughts on it.
Go. But the only negative thing I can give about this is, let's say, for example, that you went to Washington, D.C., for example, on a trip. You battled a gym or sprint there. and you came back home to China, and a few days later found out that you got an EX raid invitation to go back to Washington D.C. Well,
yeah, I agree with you right there. That would have been pretty terrible for some players. That happened to Prodigy Nation.
Tips and strategy of how you.
Of course, he had to travel so much, and he had to sacrifice one of them.
So most of us should already know about Mewtwo.
That was Simon. I used to like Prodigy Nation anymore now.
Basically, Mewtwo is weak against Dark and Ghost. So the good Pokemon.
Yeah, that was when I was explaining the how to counter Mewtwo.
Gyarados.
By the way, you should definitely use those counters against Deoxys, which I'll talk about. I'll talk about that a little later when I get to Deoxys, right?
If Mewtwo has Focus Blast, then Tyranitar is gonna get obliterated.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, reason why I mentioned
because it's a fighting type move, and I was first thinking about using the Tyranitar, but I was thinking like, nah, I should just use something else because I was worried that this Mewtwo was gonna have the move Focus Blast, which I thought that was gonna kill my Tyranitar right away. So I was like, I'm just gonna go with the Gyarados and whatever stuff I could use. The reason why I went for the Snorlax is because it had Lick that time, so I thought it's a Ghost type move, so I thought it would do a lot more damage to it.
I know other YouTubers do
and also
it,
a good defender.
But my advice, don't do it because it is not gonna work. If you want Mewtwo so bad, go for Golden Raspberry. And
yeah, a lot of players go for the weird season where they throw the pineapple berries, just more of the candies, and they also go for the normal raspberries.
This is just a test.
And like I said, well, go for golden raspberries. You want to try your best game for excellence, but you can't just go for great balls.
Let me know in the comments below.
That's the only thing you can go for.
On my reaction, the video, and so forth. Hopefully, I gave you all the good reaction I had.
Yeah, fortunately, not a lot of players said anything about it. Okay, guys, that's the whole video, and that's my reaction. And hopefully that you did enjoy the a little backstory behind these kind of things. And let me know in the comment section below your thoughts on the reaction. If you want to see more reactions of like this in the near future, let me know. It would be appreciated. I really had fun telling the story behind this of what was going on in that background and situation, stuff like that. And looking forward to doing this in the near future. And also seeing Deoxys come to us at Pokemon Go. So, hope that you did enjoy today's video. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Check my channel, subscribe or bell for more gameplay videos. And no, there's not two of us right here. There's just me right here now. It's just weird looking at myself over here. It's like, I know it's weird looking at that, but still get the idea. So, as usual, I will see you all in the next video.